Readings for the day 2022 on Monday, August 1st. The readings from the regular cycle. The Epistle, Monday of the 8th week. The first reading is from Paul's first letter to the Corinthians. Brethren, do you not know that those who are employed in the temple service get their food from the temple, and those who serve at the altar share in the sacrificial offerings? In the same way, the Lord commanded that those who proclaim the gospel should get their living by the gospel. But I have made no use of any of these rights, nor am I writing this to secure any provision. For I would rather die than have any one deprive me of my ground for boasting. For necessity is laid upon me. Woe to me if I do not preach the gospel. For if I do this of my own will, I have a reward, but if not of my own will, I am entrusted with a commission. What then is my reward? Just this, that in my preaching I may make the gospel free of charge, not making full use of my right in the gospel. The gospel, Monday of the 8th week of Matthew. The reading is from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. At that time, the Pharisees and the Sadducees came to Jesus, and to test him, they asked him to show them a sign from heaven. He answered them, When it is evening, you say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and in the morning, it will be stormy today, for the sky is red and threatening. You know how to interpret the appearance of the sky, but you cannot interpret the signs of the times. An evil and adulterous generation seeks for a sign, but no sign shall be given to it except the sign of Jonah. So he left them and departed. When the disciples reached the other side, they had forgotten to bring any bread. Jesus said to them, Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees. The readings for the commemoration. The Epistle for the Saints. The reading is from Paul's letter to the Hebrews. Brethren, all the saints through faith conquered kingdoms, enforced justice, received promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched raging fire, escaped the edge of the sword, won strength out of weakness, became mighty in war, put foreign armies to flight. Women received their dead by resurrection. Some were tortured, refusing to accept release, that they might rise again to a better life. Others suffered mocking and scourging and even chains and imprisonment. They were stoned. They were sawn in two. They were tempted. They were killed with the sword. They went out in skins of sheep and goats, destitute, afflicted, ill-treated, of whom the world was not worthy, wandering over deserts and mountains, and in dens and caves of the earth. And all these, though well attested by their faith, did not receive what was promised, since God had foreseen something better for us, that apart from us they should not be made perfect. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with perseverance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the pioneer and perfection of our faith. The Gospel for the Saints. The reading is from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. The Lord said to his disciples, Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Beware of men, for they will deliver you up to councils and flog you in their synagogues, and you will be dragged before governors and kings for my sake, to bear witness, to bear testimony before them and the Gentiles. When they deliver you up, do not be anxious how you are to speak or what you are to say, for what you are to say will be given to you in that hour. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Brother will deliver up brother to death, and the father his child, and children will rise against parents, and have them put to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake, but he who endures to the end will be saved. It is appropriate to stand for the reading of the Synaxarion. Synaxarion from the Menaion. On August 1st is the procession of the precious and life-giving cross. We also commemorate the 7 holy martyrs, the Maccabees, Abim, Anthony, Guria, Eleazar, Eusebona, Achim, and Marcellus, and their mothers Salomone and Eleazar, their teacher. On this day we also commemorate the 9 holy martyrs who contested in Perga, Pamphylia: Leonidas, Leontius, Attis, Alexander, Syndeus, Nesithius, Kyriacus, Menaius, Catunus, and Euclius. On this day, St. Papas the New died, when he was put into a sack, enclosed in a basket, and thrown into the sea. On this day, the holy martyr Eleazar died, when his head was burned with fire. On this day, the holy martyr Caricus died by fire. On this day, the holy martyr Theodore died by the sword. On this day, Saint Polyeuctus died after he was buried in manure. On this day, we also commemorate the holy martyrs Menis, Manius, and the others in the quarter of Viglentium, near the bronze tetrapylon. On this day, we also commemorate our father among the saints, Timothy, Bishop of Proconnesus, the wonder worker. We also commemorate the devout martyr Elisa, who contested on the island of Kythera. By their holy intercessions, O God, have mercy on us. Amen. Fasting rule is strict. Refrain from meat, fish, oil, dairy, wine, and eggs. It is the Dormition fast.